Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dan, the voice behind that Kaito Dan, and welcome to my quick breakdown of the Rooster Teeth panel at the San Diego Comic-Con at Home streaming event. It's about time we got some new information regarding a lot of things going on with RWBY. Obviously, the state of the world right now means that we did not have the RTX that we would usually have around this time of the year, where a lot of big new information on upcoming volume stuff, merchandise and whatnot would have been revealed. So this has been our first new batch of information regarding RWBY that we've had for some time, and there's a lot of stuff that people have been eager to hear about, some new stuff that was revealed, and some tasty little tidbits regarding the upcoming Volume 8. Also, this wasn't just a RWBY panel, this had other Rooster Teeth production content as well. There was some stuff recorded by Arizal, the new series by Yisa Badiola, the next season of Red vs. Blue, and there was also some stuff on the Rooster Teeth production of the new Transformers Netflix show. And if you want to check out the panel for yourself, there's about 36 minutes of it. I'll leave a link to the panel itself in the description down below so you can check it out there. But this is more just about the RWBY stuff. I'm sure this is what most of the people you would come to this channel for. So this is going to be a little unscripted as well, so bear with me if I stumble and mumble and whatnot. But let's get into it, starting with probably the most anticipated bit of information that a lot of people have been having, so much so that when this panel was revealed to be coming today, the RWBY Twitter gave a not so subtle hint to the fact that we have finally got some information on the release date for the Volume 7 soundtrack. So yeah, it is finally coming on July 31st. Obviously the state of the world meant that we had a little bit of a wait on this, and people have been begging every kind of place on every single social media account on Twitter about any kind of information on the soundtrack. We're finally getting it at the end of the month, and a little birdie has told me that if you check out the channel Sirs and Madams Entertainment, the fantastic guys who have done several reactions for RWBY, but also some lyric videos for the songs, if you head over there for around that time when the soundtrack does drop, you might be able to see some of those lyric videos drop, so be sure to check that out there. But yeah, the soundtrack is coming very, very soon. I cannot wait to hear the full tracks in full, especially tracks like Hero and War, as well as any maybe new tracks are possible, maybe some of the remixes as well. I can't wait for that, and as always, you can expect to see me drop a reaction to the first time listening to the songs and a brief discussion on them as well sometime after the drop, so be on the lookout for that. In terms of merchandise, we did hear a few things in regards to new streetwear, which is coming through a collaboration with Babs Tar, who, for some of you who may not be familiar with, they are a freelance artist, and they've actually worked with the lot over at Critical Role on the show Pub's Draw, I believe. So if you've seen that show, you'll be familiar with Babs Tar's work there. And from this little snippet that we got promoting the upcoming collaboration, I love the artwork already. I don't know if the artwork that we see of the girls wearing the clothes is the clothes itself we'll get. Probably not, but either way, some new streetwear merch is pretty cool, and I cannot wait to see what that's like. I'm glad to see more collaborations out there, especially when they look as cool as this. And if you're out for some streetwear coming up very soon, be on the lookout for that. Let me just quickly check, when was there any kind of release date on it? No, there wasn't. So we don't know the date on it just yet, but I imagine it will be coming sometime soon. And in fact, it could be coming at the upcoming Coop Comics virtual event, which is coming later in the fall. I imagine that's when we're going to get the official date. In terms of other merchandise, Last year, I believe, at RTX, we heard about the collaboration between RWBY and Good Smile, the company behind many popular figures for anime, games, and cartoons, and what have you. And we have our first shot of a RWBY Rose figure that you can pre-order on August the 3rd. The figure looks awesome. I cannot wait, and Good Smile is up there in terms of quality figures, and just looking at that image there, it looks outstanding. I cannot wait to see it in person, and also seeing what other figures we get. So yeah, if you're a figure fan like me, this is probably going to be something on your lineup. So again, the pre-orders are going to be open on August 3rd, so if you're up for that, then keep an eye on when that drops. Now there was a quick little question segment, which didn't really amount to much, bar some jokes about if Blake can purr, which I don't think they gave a correct answer for, or at least an outright answer for, but hey, fans will assume as much anyway. But in this segment, we did hear, at least from Barbara, what she believes the theme is going to be for Volume 8, the central motif for the upcoming volume. And at least for her, and it seems Yang, it seems the theme is going to be distrust. She mentioned like people that you respect or like perhaps aren't truly deserving of your trust. There's going to be a lot of like infighting perhaps regarding like full trust on decisions that have been made, whether or not they were the right calls to make. If you have seen Volume 7, I'm sure you understand where there's going to be a lot of discussions going down. I cannot wait to see all that stuff happening, and yeah, distrust sounds like a very intense theme for what should be a very intense volume. Now, at this point, we do not know when Volume 8 itself will be premiering. I imagine, again, with the current state of the world, it has kind of delayed a lot of the developments. We've only just recently heard that Aaron had finished doing the voice for Blake this season, so I imagine we're still in the early process of getting the voice acting in. So we at least know that it is going to be coming out this year, but we don't have a concrete date. Maybe this is something that could be revealed at some point this year, where the supposed virtual RTX is going to happen. That's not being confirmed itself, but this was something talked about when they did reveal that RTX was going to be cancelled for the remainder of the year. So maybe when the virtual RTX or whatever RTX equivalent happens later on this year, we'll hear about an actual release date then, or maybe it will come with some sudden drop of a teaser trailer. But we did have something from Volume 8 to tide us over for now, and it was a work in progress clip involving a few familiar faces, and I'm gonna play for you right now, so check this out, and I'll have a brief talk about it afterwards, so enjoy.
Alright, the others are definitely missing out.
No!
So yeah, that's our little preview of Volume 8, and my girl Yang is back on a bike. Atlas has hover bikes, which looks really damn cool, and poor Oscar is hanging on to Yang for dear life, but I'm so happy seeing Yang back on a bike. She kind of feel a bit barren without a bike on hand. So yeah, just having a little discussion about that. The biggest interesting point for me is the fact that Oscar is with Yang, Jean, and Ren. Obviously, if you have seen Volume 7, you would know that Oscar had been separated by everyone else and was down in an abandoned mine area. So at some point, it seems they are going to reunite early on in the volume, according to Kerry, saying that this was a early episode clip. So it's not going to take too long for Oscar to reunite with the gang. It's obviously just an interest of what does he go through in that situation, especially now that, spoiler alert, Ozpin is back as well. And the other thing of this, of course, is the fact that these guys are back in Mantle. Obviously, the Kingdom of Atlas is in disarray right now with not just the incoming Grimm, but also Salem's army, the state of the military, Ironwood about to go possibly full dictator with military martial law. And yet these guys, Yang, Jean, Oscar, and Ren, are sneaking into Mantle, stealing hover bikes, it seems, and they are heading to some point in somewhere in the city, while everyone else is doing some other kind of mission, according to, at least by what Yang talks about. So it seems like the gang are immediately trying to figure out how to get back into the city and try to maybe confront Ironwood again, stop him, make sure that that Atlas doesn't get sent into the air. But yeah, it's interesting that these guys are already looking to get back into the kingdom early on in the volume. And yeah, I cannot wait to see. Even just from this work in progress clip, I love the camera shot of the two, Yang and Oscar, flying through the air, and poor Oscar getting like hair in his mouth. I hope Yang doesn't get upset about that. And I'm very curious to see, obviously, what these four get up to and what everyone else is doing. But yeah, it seems like we're already going to have a very high-octane start to Volume 8. And I believe that is everything. Again, this wasn't just a RWBY panel, there was a lot of other stuff, so I wasn't too surprised that the RWBY side of things was very minimal at most parts. So, for what we did get, I'm very excited. We finally got an information, a date for the Volume 7 soundtrack. We got some cool new merch coming in. We got little breadcrumbs to tide us over for now in regards to the upcoming volume. And we actually got to saw a little bit of Volume 8 even in work in progress, which is fantastic. So yeah, for like our first batch of information for RWBY this year, after Volume 7 had ended, this was very good stuff, and hopefully in upcoming future events like the Coop Comics experience later in the fall and whatever RTX equivalent we do get, we will get some new information there, as well as other stuff going on, like maybe some new teaser trailers and whatnot. So this is our first step on the road to Volume 8, and it was a very entertaining one and a very rewarding one. Again, when the Volume 7 OST does drop, you can expect a reaction and discussion video for that. I'm also working at the moment on a review for Before the Dawn, the new book that's just dropped from E.C. Myers. And yes, my Volume 7 review, the full review, is coming soon. I've been working hard on it as much as I can. I've been having some issues with it, but it is coming very soon. So hopefully you will enjoy those videos as well as everything else I've got. And as always, if there's going to be some new RWBY news down the line, I will be here to discuss it. You can also follow me on Twitter at @KaitoDan to keep up to date with anything I post there regarding RWBY or my channel. And while we're at the end, please leave your thoughts on these new details down below in the comments, and while you're at it, hit the subscribe and bell buttons and tick the notification box to make sure you get every new video from me as they drop. Again, follow me on Twitter at @KaitoDan for more on anything to come in the future for the channel and more. And yeah, this was a good first step on the road to Volume 8. But until next time, have a good day or good night, and peace out.